We are pleased to be joined by White Sox starter Phil Humber, who is joining us via the magic of technology, listening and watching while he sits in the dugout with the visiting Pale Hose this afternoon. Phil, we really appreciate the time, and thanks for joining us. Hey, talk about this pennant race. You guys are still certainly in the mix at 6.5 back as we watch Betamit poke a base hit back up the middle. Talk about the mindset of the club and where you guys are here in the beginning of September.
Well, I mean, it's no secret. You know, we need to win every ball game we can. You know, we dug ourselves a hole, you know, early on in the season. So we've played good baseball of late, and, you know, we need to beat these guys, you know, these next 2 games. And then, you know, like I said, win every game we can. And you know, some of it's out of our control at this point. But, you know, we got to do what we can to put the pressure on them.
Phil, I got to ask you, because I've been in the same boat you were in the last week and a half or so, getting hit in the head with a line drive. You've since pitched in a rehab start. Was there any lingering effect? Because I know I pitched the following day, which was probably the best thing. How did you react once you got out there?
You know what? I didn't even think about it. Honestly, I guess I had forgotten about it. Of course, you're getting ready for a start or whatever, and so most of my focus was just getting out there and hoping that I was going to be able to hit my spots and everything, just from the layoff of not pitching. But you know what? I'm thankful that it wasn't a lot worse, because looking at the replay, it really could have been. So yeah, I wasn't flinching or anything like that I could tell. So you know, that's a good sign, I think.
Well, I ain't going to lie to you. The next day I was throwing and doing some moonwalking towards second after I let go of it.
Yeah, kind of like a softball pitcher.
Exactly.
Back-to-back singles here, meanwhile, by Wilson Betamit and Austin Jackson. That'll bring up Andy Dirks now with nobody out in the inning. Hey, when you guys watch each other start, Phil, you're watching Gavin Floyd today, and it's not like it was in the minor leagues when you're actually sitting in the stands and you're charting pitches, but you guys certainly pay attention to one another. What do you look for when you watch Gavin throw the ball on a day like today?
Well, Gavin's a great guy for me to watch, because we throw similar pitches and have a similar style. So, you know, me and him are catch partners. So, you know, normally I'm watching, you know, to see if I can pick up something he's doing, either good or bad, and that way I can give him some feedback, you know, and we can help each other that way. We do a good job of you know, feeding off each other as a staff. You know, Burley and Peavy, you know, those guys have a lot of experience that they can, you know, share with us, and you know, they're really approachable and really easy to talk to when it comes to that kind of thing. So it's really it's one of those things where when you're not out there pitching, you still have a job to do, and that's, you know, pay attention to everything you can, and along with that, you know, watching the hitters and seeing how they're reacting.
So finish the following statements for us. When Gavin Floyd is going good, blank, and when Gavin Floyd is struggling, blank. What happens in those situations?
I think when Gavin's aggressive in the strike zone, I mean, it's a lot like any of us, but when he's aggressive in the strike zone, yeah, he tends to dominate, because he's got nasty stuff. I mean, his breaking ball is one of the better ones that you'll see. And so, you know what, I think Gavin's one of those guys that doesn't know how good he can be, and we all say that to each other. I mean, he's really talented, and when he's aggressive and going out there and attacking the hitters, he's really good.
Phil, when you get the opportunity, you say he and you and Gavin are much alike. Do you ever spend time in the video room when he's pitching to watch how hitters react to his stuff?
Definitely. I mean, if we're facing the same club, you know, during the same week or series or whatever, you know, if I'm picking another guy to watch, it's going to be Gavin off of our team. So, yeah, I definitely I like to chart his games when I can, and especially when we're pitching against the same guys, because we're going to go about it in similar you know, fashions, but at the same time, you got to keep them guessing. You don't want them to see a mirror image of the same guy back to back. So. You want to see how they're reacting to his pitches, what they're hitting, what they're laying off of. Sometimes hitters lay off of stuff just because they know they're not going to touch it. So you can't always look at it like, you know, I can't throw that pitch because they're not swinging at it. You know, I just need to make it a little better pitch.
Meanwhile, Andy Dirks has done a good job spoiling off Gavin Floyd here. Still a 1-ball, 2-strike count, batting with nobody out, runners at first and second. We're talking with White Sox right-hander Phil Humber here as he prepares to work in doubleheader on Monday. You got game 1 or game 2 against the Twins?
Game 1, yeah, and I like that. You know, I like to go out there. I like pitching day games. I don't know why that is, but I like going out there and getting that 1 o'clock game. I normally I feel pretty good, and I don't know if it's true, but hopefully some of their guys will stay out a little too late and not be quite woke up yet.
Well, I can tell you this: Dirks had better get a base hit or walk, because Jim Leland asked him to bunt these guys over into scoring position. And if you're going to be a young player for Jim Leland, you better be able to execute the sacrifice bunt.
The 2-2 home. Dirk swinging away, sends it over the mound. Ramirez gets 1 out at second base, and that's all the White Sox will settle for. Boy, that was headed into a tricky no man's land part of the infield, and Alexi does a nice job just to ensure the 1 out at second.
That ball was heading into an I got it, you take it deal where it just goes on into center field. So Alexi Ramirez makes a good play on that just to get 1 out.
1 gone, runners at the corners now for Delman Young, who singled and scored the run back in the first. Phil, we're lucky to have you with us in a spot like this where you could actually walk us through maybe what's going on the mound between Gavin Floyd and A.J. Pierzynski. You're obviously trying to dial up a ground ball here. Tell us how you'd go after Delman Young.
Well, I don't know what they talked about before the game, but Delman is a guy that a dangerous hitter. Obviously, he's hitting third for him today. But you know, you want to keep the ball down right here, and you don't want to give him something he's going to be able to lift into the outfield. A strikeout or a ground ball is going to be your best bet. So whatever they're thinking, that looks like.
Right back to Floyd.
There you go.
Wow, are you smart, Phil?
Hey, you get ready for your after baseball life as a pitching coach or a genius or a soothsayer or something, Phil. Thanks for joining us. Good luck on Monday against the Twins.
Okay, thanks a lot.